Security forces in Pakistan say 190 train passengers have been freed after being taken hostage by gunmen in the province of Balochistan. The sources say the operation is slow as the ethnic Baloch. Rebels are using civilians as human shields are. Reports that some hostages have been taken away into the mountains. The information trickling out is tightly controlled, and the BBC hasn't been able to independently verify it. A separatist militant group called the Baloch Liberation Army has claimed that it carried out the attack. The Jaffar Express was carrying more than 400 people when armed men blew up the tracks, and open-fire train operations in the area have been suspended according to officials. Well, here's one of the hostages who was released. People were screaming and crying. Everybody laid down on the ground, including us. There were gunshots and explosions, and after that, the militants told us to come out. We were reluctant at first, but we got out anyway. They let us go, all of us, including my wife and children. They told us, don't look back, just leave. Well, our Pakistan correspondent, as Ate Maseri, gave us this update a little earlier. The incident has taken place in an extremely remote area. There's very limited mobile phone service. So that's why even families are having a lot of difficulty reaching those who are still being held on this train. But we do have some information that's trickling out, even though it's very tightly controlled and difficult for us to independently verify. Security sources are saying that now 190 people have been freed. They're also saying that 30 militants have now been killed. What the BBC has seen in the area at the Quetta railway station is about 90 wooden coffins being loaded onto a train, and officials have said that about 30 more empty coffins are being prepared to transport to the scene of the incident for any possible casualties. Now, of course, this is an active situation. The Baloch Liberation Army has said that it is still in control of the train, and they have threatened those on board. What can you tell us about the activity of the Baloch Liberation Army? Well, they're behind many deadly incidents in the province, and they, as well as several other separatist militant groups in Balochistan, are calling for independence. They accuse the central government of exploiting the rich resources in Balochistan, because even though it's the least developed province in Pakistan, it has many natural resources, gas, minerals, and in fact, it's an area that's very important to China as well. China has a multi-billion-dollar project there called the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And yet, we're not talking about attacks on vehicles or on buses. We're now talking about an attack on a train that had hundreds of passengers on board, so it's an escalation of their activity. Sherry in Islamabad.